Feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the post-show wrap-up video here on the Central Pennsylvania Shrimp Tank. I'm your co-host, Nathan Pistol Shrimp in Bowdoin, alongside Bougie Bouge Shrimp.
I am Taylor the Bourgeois Shrimp. I can't deny my nature anymore.
What am I?
Oh, you'll find out in one second. Okay. That's right. Yeah, we got... Hey, we just got done finishing the broadcast here with Tracy. Daytona Sunset Orange, right? Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Also known as Red, more simply, with Unique Limousine. And you can find a full replay of the broadcast on our website at shrimptankpodcast.com/centralpa. Also, subscribe to our channel on iTunes, iHeartRadio, and nationally everywhere you can get podcasts, which is pretty awesome.
Yep.
And on the podcast, so we learned a lot about Tracy's background, how she was really part of a family who has been entrepreneurs, and so it was just kind of ingrained in her and lived a life. We really learned some struggles. She was it was tough. We had to really draw the honesty out of her, but we got it. We got it. But we had a great conversation. But we also you got to stick through to the end, because we found out how she really feels about Taylor's driving habits. So
I need to work with him.
I was sitting in a puddle of humility, a puddle.
In fairness, so was
Bucket.
I. Yeah, so was I.
Bucket.
But again, check out that full broadcast on our website at shrimptankpodcast.com/centralpa. And Taylor, I think there's something important we got to get out of the way.
It's something we didn't have time to touch on the show, and it's about your personal lifestyle.
Go
It's
for
been
it.
alleged around town that you like an occasional adult beverage.
I do.
Is that true? What might that be?
My poison,
Your poison, which is?
espresso martinis.
Then I must introduce you.
Oh my God! I have a shrimp delivering an espresso martini. Oh my God! It's a shrimp
tender.
cocktail.
See a shrimp tender, the
Cheers,
lovely
French.
shrimp tender.
Oh my God! I love her shrimp suit.
That was
I'll let you know
awesome.
if it's any good.
Okay.
We'll find out here in a minute.
Not bad.
All right.
All right.
Good
Not
job,
bad. And you know it,
Shrimp Tender.
especially for the middle of the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
baby.
Great.
All
That's
right.
right. All right.
Filming this at 7 a.m. for those who didn't know.
So why don't you just introduce yourself quickly, and then just talk about Unique Limousine and what Unique Limousine does.
Hi, I'm Tracy Salinger. I am second generation ownership of Unique Limousine. My parents started the company in 1982. I've been with the company forever and ever, amen. And last year, at the end of September, we settled on it, and we are officially have transitioned to second generation ownership.
Awesome.
So I am big cheese now.
You are.
Actually,
Congratulations.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
before we get to because that's a topic we really want to hit on,
Yeah.
is this succession idea. But I think we should get into, we named it because you were so passionate about your answer,
Yeah.
the entrepreneur's creed.
Yes.
Can we talk? You want to go into that, Nathan? Like
Yeah.
the entrepreneur's creed.
Yeah, well, we just kind of coined that phrase
Yep.
earlier as we were discussing this, but it was in a response to a question we asked you. What is a piece of advice you would give to either any entrepreneur, specifically maybe a budding entrepreneur, but really any entrepreneur? So why don't you give us your response?
You know what? You have to have just an unending and limitless passion about it. You're going to lose friends. Your family's going to leave you behind. You're not going to have peace and quiet in your life. You're not going to go to sleep at night thinking of, oh, great, the weekend's coming. I'll be able to relax. No, the weekend's coming. You get to work. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a business builder, and you want to do it, it is going to consume you. It is, in my opinion, a healthy addiction.
A healthy addiction.
Well, that's why
Yes.
we do this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do this show, quite frankly, to fuel that healthy addiction.
Yeah.
There was a piece, too, that you talked about, I think it was the sacrifice of peace and quiet.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if I'm an entrepreneur, Nathan's an entrepreneur, we're business owners. You can't turn it off. It's in you.
No, it is in you. It will never shut off. Going on vacation, great. You know what? You may be able to take a nap on the beach. However, you're going to wake up and think, oh my gosh, I need to write that down. I need to talk to the girls back at the office about this.
Yeah.
Every moment of every day, even when you're trying to relax and unwind, you're still thinking about your business. It's your baby. It is part of you. It is not something that you can work on from 8 to 4 Monday through Friday and then shut the door and walk away from. Sorry, doesn't work
Well,
like that.
And Tracy, you had a great piece of advice. If you're not prepared for that,
Don't do it.
don't
Don't do it. Right. It's
Simple.
not for everybody.
Don't go down that.
It's not for
and
everybody.
it's okay if you don't. It really is okay. If everybody was doing this, that's because it would be easy.
Right.
But it's not easy. So not everybody does it.
Right.
And even fewer are successful at it.
That's true. Well, we go through statistics. A lot of it is related to family businesses, but as you continue to go down the line and move from generation to generation, the percentage of failure rate increases dramatically.
Oh, absolutely.
7% of families make it to third generation, and it's even lower beyond that. So that's, and all that goes into it. But so you talked, again, congratulations on the official move
you.
in September last year, which is amazing. But you've got some great ideas of how you can take what's already been built, what's been built in this industry, in this area for 30 plus years, and make it better. So you talk about making every minute count.
Yes.
Correct? And that's kind of the new mantra, if you will, of what Unique Limousine is going to provide. So why don't you talk about that a little bit, and also talk about the softball story, as we call it, right?
I've been working with a great company located here in Camp Hill. Quick little shout out to Haas Printing. And I wanted to redo our marketing materials. Specifically, I brought a great big 56 passenger motor coach. It's 45 feet long. It's a rolling billboard.
That's awesome.
So it was time to get the graphics and all the designs done for it. And we spent hours and I dumped everything that was in my brain. And it took us close to a month to boil it down to one brief little phrase. It's making every minute count. We all have 24 hours in a day. No matter what, we cannot buy an extra 8, no matter how hard we try, no matter how much money we have. So what we do is we allow you, and you're able to buy that time from us. You ride in the back seat of the car. You know what? You can get your work done. You can sleep. You can watch your dog on your cell phone while it's at home sleeping. Okay, so I do that. Don't knock it.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
But you now have the time to do what you need to do, and you can make your 24 hours more productive, and you can get 28 hours out of your day.
I can speak personally. That is why we utilize your services, or even like we talked about
Thank you.
some
Yes.
private air services, because the time I don't want to
Exactly.
be caught. The luxury is second. That does matter, but it's really, quite frankly, you're right, more about the
It
time.
is. It's buying time.
Yeah.
The time
Exactly.
efficiency
Yeah.
I consider part of the luxury.
Yeah.
Yes. And we have a couple clients, one in particular, who lived in the Lancaster area, well, still does, but he worked down in Philadelphia. 4 days a week. We picked him up at 5 o'clock in the morning. We took him down to Philadelphia to work. We picked him up at 4:30 in the afternoon. And he got in the car. He said, "Good morning. How you doing?" And then he worked. He actually burnt out that little light that's up above you.
Yeah.
He's
That's
the
amazing.
only one of our clients to ever burn that light
That's
out.
great.
So we had to replace several of those for him. But what that time did for him is that enabled him to be home so he could coach his daughter's softball team.
That's
That's
making
amazing.
every
Yeah.
minute count.
Exactly.
Right.
That's making every minute count.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to make sure that you're using your time wisely. And we can help you with that.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
bemoaning personally the fact that it's difficult for me to get to my son's football games
Yeah.
in the afternoon. Same problem.
Yeah.
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 So it speaks directly to that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the succession process a little bit, because we got into some details on the podcast about what that all looked like. There was some, it took some time, but then the flip switched and Dad was ready to go, and then it was...
That's when we used the clutch and the gas pedal and we shifted it into a higher gear. Do you know what that means, Taylor?
Those
No.
those flappy
It's okay.
things.
Yeah, the
that
floppy
you just-
things on
Yeah,
mine.
yes. No. We shift gears.
Again, bucket of humility.
Yeah.
Still love you.
So just talk us through that a little bit. What the kind of some of the emotional, because there's really two pieces of that transition. There's the emotional and business component.
There's two
right?
very, very big parts, and it's not 50-50. It's more like 100-100. And I'm going through this deal with my dad. That part really felt natural. It got to a point where I'm like, all right, Dad, I'm kicking you out of the driver's seat. I'm going to drive this deal. That way we're going to get it done.
Yeah.
Dad was initially in a hurry, but then it was like, he had other stuff to do, and him and Mom went out to lunch, and that's cool. I'm glad that they're slowing down and they're enjoying life like that. But if you want to get this deal done,
Yeah.
At
Me
some
too.
point,
Get
you
the
gotta-
back
you got to
seat.
give up the reins.
Yeah.
right?
get in the back seat. So I took over, I did that. And, there were definitely some challenges along the way. And there were some feelings that cropped up, and it's like, what am I supposed to do with these? And back to it touched on having your team of professionals around you, and possibly including a therapist as you're getting through it. So there are little landmines that pop up when you're doing a transition with family. It doesn't mean it's wrong. It doesn't mean it's doomed to fail. It's just you've got to be prepared to have those landmines. From the business end, it was business. We did everything.
Yeah, your term, which is what we always
Yes.
consult, was an arm's length transaction.
We did an arm's length transaction, absolutely. Everything that we did is documented. The attorneys all agreed on it. The accountants agreed on it. And everyone was happy with the processes and the way we did it. Because you can't just say, okay, honey, I'm going to sell you the company for $20. Here you go. And a handshake on it.
Yeah,
It
and I
just-
believe you mentioned you had a professional valuation.
Absolutely.
Yep.
We had professional
Necessity. Yep.
valuations. We had separate counsel.
Yep.
We had separate accountants. Everything was done according to the books and at arm's length.
I want to make a quick comment because it's so intelligent to do it that way. We teach our clients who are largely business owners, we teach them all the time that succession planning is business planning.
Absolutely
Even
it
if
is,
your
yes.
succession isn't for 20 years, it actually makes the business more valuable.
Way more valuable.
And de-risks the business. So if you were, in the case of you having an external buyer, the business is more valuable just because you've done some of the planning.
Absolutely.
But it's tough to get business owners because they're so consumed often in their business to step out and think of that. So
And that's something.
Thanks for sharing that.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. You're welcome. And that's something that I'm already starting to think of. Who's next?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
Yeah,
this,
because someday
Yes.
you may not want to, or
Yeah.
heaven
God forbid
you may
I
not
get
be
hit
able
by
to.
the big motor coach, you
Yeah.
know?
That's
Big-
right.
Right.
You don't see that.
Oh, they'll
making
run me
every
over. They're
minute-
not going to run anybody else over, but they'll run me over.
No way in hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Now they like me this
Yeah.
week. It's okay.
Well, thank you again for being so authentic and real and just giving a real glimpse of what it is to be an entrepreneur. And I think there's a lot of people who don't run their own business or aren't entrepreneurs have this idea in their head, oh, I want to be a business owner because they got it made. And they
Well, they only work half days.
Exactly. Yeah.
You get to
12
pick your
hours.
12
Yeah,
hours.
exactly. I love
yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So thank you. A lot of great advice. Again, check out everything she said on our full replay on our website at shrimptankpodcast.com/centralpa. And for the viewers out there who are interested in getting more of their time back and making every minute count, what's the best way for them to do that?
Feel free to give us a call. Our phone number is 717-233-4431. Any one of our specialists will be able to help you. You can also go to our website at uniquelimousine.com. You can read a bit about us. You can also contact us there. Stop in and visit us. We love getting to meet our clients face to face. You're always welcome. And if you come down to the house, I'll make espresso martinis. We can talk over those too.
Now that is a value
I can
proposition
testify to
most
that.
people,
It's true.
I think, can get
It
on
is
board
true.
with. That's awesome. Well, again, thank you so much. This has been a lot of fun. Next week on our broadcast, we're going to have Mark Everest, Occupational Therapy LLC, basically taking the idea of training professional athletes and bringing that to the workplace to create a healthier and better workplace.
Which makes
is
sense.
all-
It wouldn't have been a natural connection when I first heard of it, but it makes complete
It
sense.
makes complete sense.
does.
Yeah.
He's a
So
professional athlete.
yeah, so we'll see him next week. Again, check out uniquelimousine.com. Stop in and see him. Maybe grab your espresso martini on the way out. We'll see you next week on the Central PA Shrimp Tank.
Thanks for having me.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond.